Alright then guys, so the new bike, the new baby, my little toy, a BMW K1200R 2005. As you've seen in my other videos, if you've been watching them, I've had the Ducati, I've had the Kawasaki VN800. I swapped out the Triumph Daytona 955i for this because basically it was still a little bit too low down and I need something a bit higher. I'm getting old now, you know what I mean? And I have to say, this is fucking comfortable, really comfortable, apart from the seat. Now, it could do with a gel seat maybe. I'd get one off eBay, try to mould it in there, I'm not sure yet. But I went down to Plymouth from Bodmin the other day and my arse was getting a little bit sore after a while, you know, just a bit arse cramp for want of a better word. So I might look into that because I intend on going up to Bristol soon. I've not done a lot to it. I put a GPR end can on it because I do that with all my bikes pretty much. I did it with the Ducati. I've got another one from a great guy called Arthur over at GPR in England. Sent it over quick shop. Now it went back in for one of these BMW recalls on the rear wheel flange with some poor bugger in Spain. Apparently his snapped and it threw the back wheel off and he almost died. So they pulled back 50,000 of these K-series bikes to have the rear wheel flange changed from, I think it was aluminium to a stainless steel, well, a steel one anyway. So they did that. They did actually manage to chip off a nice chunk of paint off my exhaust as well with their jet wash when they washed it afterwards. Two things pissed me off about that. One, I just polished it and I didn't really want it washed because it just means that you get all those drips from water, and two, because of obviously that little beauty. Now they have said that they're going to give me something back for that because one of the known faults on these bikes, the fuel gauge no longer reads that there's any fuel in there. I don't know, we'll see if we can switch it on. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a constant triangle. It should come on at some point, I guess, but probably won't now, of course. Hold on, let me switch that on. Alright, so yeah, there's your yellow triangle. It's telling me I've got bugger all petrol and I've just filled up. So it's a little strip inside here, magnetic strip, carbon strip they call it. It fails. It's £180 to replace. Thank you very much, Mr. BMW. But because of this, they're going to do it for free. So what do? Do I live with this? Do I get one of those exhaust protector thingies and just kind of wrap it around that bit? I've got hold of Arthur over at GPR Exhausts. He's looking into contacting GPR in Italy, seeing if they can help, because it's under warranty, you know what I mean? It's only 3 months old, so you'd think if the paint's flaking off from a wash, it's not good. Now then, going back to the bike again, common fault on these as well is the paint flakes off on the engine all around here. Somebody's touched it up. As you can see, they've done an all right job, I guess. But one of the reasons that I wanted the black engine as opposed to the silver engine was simply because it doesn't show so badly. You can touch it up, you know, but this guy's touched up a couple of other bits, which I don't, yeah, you can just see these little bits here, look, you know. Because, I mean, the bike's 10 years old, you know, it's not a new bike, but it looks fucking awesome. To be honest, there's not a mark on it, apart from on the engine there. Bit of stone chipping here on the front fender fork protector thingies. Everything else is pretty much standard. It's got a fender extender on the back. The other guy did that. I did put that belly pan on there from a lovely guy in Poland. Shipped it over 140 quid, I think it was, shipped. And I just primed it, gave it 2 or 3 coats of flat black. Didn't put any clear coat on it because I want it to look more like the flat black look on the rest of the bike, and I think it goes. There's a guy down in Plymouth and he'll basically do that hydrographic thing and get it carbon fibre look for me for 50 quid. So I don't know, I haven't made my mind up about that yet, so I might look into that. What else? Smaller number plate, you know guys, I always do that. Rear hugger, clear rear light. I put that on 25 quid from China, I think, something like that. And the guy already had this tank protector here. I did put this on because I think they look cool, and there was a few key marks here. So I've got one of these little sets here. It wasn't expensive, 15 quid, covers everything up, and that was about a tenner, I think. I'll give you the links to these websites and the sellers if you want, if you've got one of these and you want to kind of cover that crap up. What else? Not much else to say about it. Fucking awesomely fast bike. I mean, I think out of the factory there are 100. Some people say 163 horsepower, some say 167. I'm going to lean towards the 167. With the exhaust and the K&N filter I've just put in, we'll call it 170 for argument's sake, okay? Because I think it just sounds better. Not much else to say about it apart from it's fucking quick, as I said. It looks incredible. I mean, it is such a beautiful looking bike. If you're looking for something comfortable with crazy power, you could do a lot worse. Just be aware though, you know, buying one of these isn't expensive. You can get one for 5 to 6 grand on a 2005. I paid 4.7 for this, I think, something like that. But you've got to be able to maintain it, you know, and BMW prices, they ain't fucking cheap, you know. The gear indicator, a couple of times it's told me that there's no gear, even though I know it's in neutral. The guys at BMW said, oh yeah, another common fault, cheers then. That's 160 quid to get that replaced, you know. He said there's a little bit of wear in the final drive bearings. 400 quid to replace. Thank you very much, Mr. BMW. You know, all these little things, they all add up, you know, so you've got to be able to, you know, you don't want one of these if you're on the dole. That's all I'm saying. Apart from that, fucking great bike. Really, really, really enjoy riding it. It's got, as standard, it's got a steering damper just underneath there somewhere, which I found the other day when I was changing the air filter, strangely enough. I thought, oh, fuck me, look at that. So that's kind of cool. I've just redone these bar ends because they were looking a little bit moody. I tried them in silver, didn't stick, so again I just did them satin black, 3 or 4 coats, a couple of coats of clear coat, and Bob Giranti's living lover. Oh, looks like I picked up a bug on the way. You can piss off, mate. Heated grips, of course, you know about all that. ESA for your suspension. What else? ABS, of course. This one's done 13,000 miles from new. One previous owner, and I paid 4.7 for it, you know. Nice guy called Jeff over at Platinum Motorcycles up north somewhere. He dropped it down for me, took my Daytona as part X, offered me a decent price. From the back, wow, just look at that. Oh, big beefy bitch of a bike. Love it, absolutely love it. But you know me, guys, it's been 3 months and I'm already getting twitchy. I'm thinking about something else. So stay tuned, and when I get my next bike, which you know I'm going to fucking get another bike, although I might keep this a little while longer than I normally do because it's just so damn sexy. So if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Alright, cheers.